If you guys have recommendations out there, leave them in the comments below. I know everybody's got opinions on anime, so let Tooth know what he should watch.
And I have no problem watching it and telling you that I think it sucks or I think it's good. So if you don't want to hear me say that, then don't send me the one that you think is awesome and nobody would ever hate it because I might hate it.
Hello, welcome to episode 74 of Mustache Ride. I'm SureManCool. This over here, this guy right here is the Daddy Tooth.
Just call me Daddy.
Our resident father of the podcast. And we're so glad to have you here. This is going to be a fun episode. We record this show live every other week, every other Saturday night, right here on Twitch or YouTube, wherever you're watching live. And of course, it's uploaded later on YouTube. You might be watching that way right now. Thanks for watching. We appreciate you guys. What's up, Tooth?
Nothing right now. I mean, besides the episode, it's been a
That's
crazy.
right.
It's been a crazy
But-
week. 2 weeks.
Yeah, I bet it has been, man. You've been busy.
Yeah. It's been been a crazy week.
I was honestly surprised we didn't postpone the episode because I figured you'd just be dog tired and too busy and whatnot with your new baby. But nah, we're here. We're doing it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it hasn't been too hard. My sleep schedule was pretty awful just generally before. And so it's actually gotten better because now I'll sleep like for 3 hours, then I'll wake up and then I'll sleep for 3 more hours, opposed to where I used to sleep for 3 hours. Just
Period.
period. Yeah. So
That's true. I bet it helps that you're on paternity leave too, I assume, at least.
yeah, I'll go back to work on Monday.
Oh, really? Are you
Yeah.
breaking it up? Like, do you have like more time to take off or
No, I
Or
had 2 weeks of
That's it?
paternity leave. Yep.
oh,
It's pretty
that's
it-
rough.
It's actually more than a lot of people I know. Generally, you typically get like a week off. But I can take more unpaid time off, but who wants to do that?
Oh, I see. I would. But I
Y-
mean, you
yeah.
got a family to support now. You can't just be taking time off work like that.
Yeah. That's so the 10 days is good. I'm gonna try to build up some more PTO and then I'll take that time off too. Because I used it all around the holidays because I was expecting to build at least another week before we had her, but we went in early. So we actually were
Right.
scheduled to go in for induction this past Thursday, so the 16th, but we ended up going in on the 6th, which is like
Right.
10 days early. So,
Wow. Well, we'll get back into it, but I'm glad to hear that
Yeah.
you're doing all right so far. But yeah, real quick, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. We would love if you subscribed. The sooner you subscribe, the better, because we are planning on going through a name change soon. And so you'll want to be updated on all that information, of course. So you can also join our Discord as well, because we'll probably be talking about that there a little bit as well. But yeah, and also we have a Patreon, and we'll be changing all that information as well on Patreon. So we have a lot of work to do with this name change.
yes.
But hopefully long run it'll be worth it. So, but for now we'll just enjoy the time we have as Mustache Tried.
Yeah, because the days are limited. Time's ticking down
Yeah.
on it.
Time's ticking down, just like time ticked down and officially reached 0 for TikTok, dude. Like as of tonight, it's gone.
It is gone. Yeah, I've been getting like messages. Some people lost it like a couple hours ago, so it just depends on where you were. I lost it about an hour ago. Now it was gone.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
I think that's about the same for me too. I don't know. At least for those of us in the US.
Yeah,
I know people just in Canada still have it. You know what I mean?
Well, they've
So,
actually been losing it
Kind
too.
of crazy.
Canada and Mexico has been like there's been some problems with people losing access there as well.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Dang. And then apparently all the subsidiary, or I don't know if that's the right word, all the other companies kind of associated with TikTok and like are owned by the same people are also gone. So like Marvel
Yes.
Snap is gone as well, and CapCut, and I don't know, maybe one or two other ones, but that's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, they owned like a lot of stuff. So that'll all be gone. There's supposed to be some wiggle room, like there's supposed to be like a delay on it for 36 hours and then a potential like 90-day extension. So there's some stuff that may happen still, but as of right now, we got the notification. You can't, I mean, you can get on there, but it'll just be a continuous looping ad of something.
Well, I feel like people spend so much time doom scrolling on TikTok that they'll have so much time freed up to raise hell and get TikTok back. Like they'll just spend all that time,
Well, it's
you
been
know,
it's been like endlessly
writing a letter to their senator or whatever. I don't know.
it's been
I don't know how
endless
it works.
campaigns like for the last month. It's been like every news like person that I follow on there has had a live, and all of them are like giving all the resources for who to call and who to write to, and they had a big trial.
Wow.
They TikTok invited a bunch of creators like to the trial to like talk about their experiences and how like a lot of their livelihoods are on there, and the US government was sort of just like, well, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean it doesn't affect me either. Like I wasn't even on TikTok. I haven't been on TikTok for like over a year. I feel like I hardly open the app. I don't post on there anymore. I just don't I think the main reason was because a coworker of mine was like, "Oh, dude, this TikTok of yours," and he like showed me,
Yeah.
and I was like kind of wigged out by it. I was like, "How do you? This is the internet. You're not supposed to know me and also see my stuff online. That's so weird."
Yeah, it is kind of weird when somebody finds you. Like I had that happen in when we still lived in Tennessee. I had somebody from my apartment complex, and it was just like proximity, like of
Yeah.
being close to somebody. So that was pretty funny. This guy was
Is
chill
this
though.
affecting you? Are you a chronic doom scroller?
I wouldn't say I'm a doom scroller. Like I know when to like stop, but yeah, like I think I thought it was a really useful tool. It's like probably like the best way to get any information out there, and that's
Hmm.
just sort of gone. And then every other platform just isn't the same. Like there's no other platform that's a similar experience. Like Instagram Reels, Facebook, and YouTube are all sort of sterile. Like it's the same exact content every scroll almost. It'll get a little
Yeah.
bit diverse now that all the creators have to go somewhere else. Um,
Right.
but all of them are pretty sterile. I mean, the algorithms are sort of weird. Like the advertisements are weird. Like everything is sort of like, I don't know, like a little weird for me on all
Yeah.
the other
It won't
ones.
be the same. It
No,
won't be the same.
no, it will not.
I'm curious how the ripple effects of TikTok being gone will affect the other platforms. But are you planning on getting on like Red Note or whatever the next alternative will be? Have you heard of Red Note?
I did, yeah. I downloaded it, and it's like the first day it was crazy. Like it was like, oh man, I don't understand anything. The next day it was just like TikTok. It was exactly the
Really?
same. Yeah, it was like every creator that I had ever seen on TikTok was then on there. And so
Hmm.
it sort of worked out. I think there'll be like I think that'll be short lived. I don't think anybody will end up going there and staying there. Um,
Yeah.
but it's it's an app. I mean, I don't know how long before that one would get banned too.
Right. It's another Chinese TikTok like app. Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, I don't know. I'm not planning on downloading Red Note probably. I honestly don't think TikTok's going to be gone for very long. I think it'll be back. It's not like the company's gone or anything. This isn't the same situation as Vine or anything either. It's kind of I don't know. It's just different, and I just don't see it sticking.
Yeah.
Um, but I
Yeah.
don't know. I guess time will tell.
Yeah, I hope not, but well, yeah, I guess we'll see. It'll be
Yeah.
tough. Tough for everybody that was a creator on it full time and all the small businesses and all those things. I think a lot of people don't really see that, but that's what the app turned into. Like it was like
Yeah.
funny little skits and then it turned into like a real a real thing where a real like community building thing.
I think that's another like check in the box on the list of reasons why I stopped going on TikTok, because it was just like everything's an advertisement.
Mm,
Everything is an advertisement for something, whether it's an actual like ad, sponsored ad or whatever, or if it's a creator just trying to sell you something under the guise of using it every day and it being such a big, help in their life, and it's like a t-shirt. I don't know. You know what I mean? Or just
yeah,
some
yeah.
weird thing you've never seen before that you can buy on the TikTok shop conveniently. Everything was an ad, and you really had to filter out that stuff to get any actual good content. And so maybe, I don't know, maybe my algorithm was not good, or, dialed in enough, but I just lost a lot of love for TikTok over time when more stuff just became sponsored, it seemed.
Yeah.
So I wasn't. I'm not too bummed about it, but I do feel for the people that are losing a lot of income, or a lot of their presence online because TikTok is gone. So weird.
Yeah, it is weird. That's a weird thing. It's like I don't know, it's not that unprecedented for the United States to ban something, but uh they seem to do whatever they want most of the time.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you know what's not weird? The Switch 2,
oh,
because that was announced. And
it's kind
it
of
looks
weird
pretty
too.
much. It looks exactly the same. It's just a
Yeah.
little bigger. It looks exactly the same.
Yeah, it
It's
was kind of
not
weird too.
that different from the first Switch.
Do you want to play the trailer and we can sort of uh talk about it a little bit?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's a little bigger. I don't know if that's a good thing though.
For
Is it a good
me,
thing?
it's not really that big of a deal. Because I don't know, it's just it doesn't matter that it's bigger. Like if I want it bigger, I'll play it in the docked mode, and I don't want
Yeah,
it bigger if I have to hold it. So,
that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
I think maybe it's bigger. Maybe they needed the real estate. You know what I mean? For the hardware that's in it. Maybe they
Maybe
needed
so.
that space behind the screen. But it's definitely bigger. And I like how they in the trailer they're comparing it to the launch Switch
Yeah.
and not the OLED, to make sure you know that it's definitely different than the Switch. Uh,
I do
but
think their little animation here for the first look trailer was pretty sick. Like I'm
yeah,
not
the
gonna lie.
trailer's dope.
Yeah, it was
100%.
pretty sick. Yeah,
Yeah, that what you call it? The kickstand?
yeah.
So much better, such a better design. Oh my god.
I just maybe I just don't play things the same as everybody, but I don't understand the kickstand. I would never use that.
I think certain games where you want the Joy-Cons detached, but yeah, it's not very common. And
I,
also if you're like sharing, so you give
yeah.
one Joy-Con to someone else and you have the other, kind of makes sense in that way, but um I don't know. What do you think about the idea of using a Joy-Con as a mouse?
Saw that, but it has that really been confirmed?
I mean, it's all but confirmed.
Yeah.
Besides the little Joy-Cons going around like a mouse does
Yeah.
in the trailer, there's also like leaks and pictures, and you can even see it in the trailer. There's a like a little opening in the, I think, the right Joy-Con
Yeah.
for an optical laser that typically is in a mouse. I think it's smart.
I just
I
don't know
think
what
it's
they
genius.
what would they use it for?
First person shooters, uh whatever, they're probably going to have a Switch specific game, like 1-2 Switch, but for the Switch 2,
Hmm.
where it's like some artsy game where you're color in, or I don't know, using a mouse to do really specific things. I don't know. I don't know, honestly, but it definitely gives Nintendo an avenue, like a new avenue for them to
Yeah.
create interesting experiences. You know what I mean? Like how the Joy Cons and motion control, they played around with that a lot. They've
Yeah.
never really been into games where you need to use a mouse, and so I'm curious how that'll kind of play into what they can do. You
Well,
know what I mean?
I'm thinking back to there was a game that was like for the Super Nintendo, I think. I can't remember what it was, but it was like a like I can't remember what the game was called, but it was a game that had a mouse. Like it came with a mouse and a little mouse pad for the Super Nintendo,
Hmm.
and it was like a little art game like that. But I
Yeah,
can't remember what it was. But that was kind of cool. I had that game.
that that's a whole new question, is a mouse pad. Like if you're using the kickstand and then you have the mouse, you're supposed to use the mouse. Like you don't have like a portable place to use a mouse everywhere you go. So
Yeah.
that's going to be janky as hell, using a mouse on your leg or whatever. How's
Yeah,
that going to
it's
work?
I have no idea. So weird. Oh, it was called Mario
I don't know.
Paint.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, so Mario Paint came with this guy. Like the little
Little
mouse.
rollerball mouse.
It had mouse and mouse pad. I played this game all the time. That game was awesome.
They're going to come out with Mario Paint
Maybe
Deluxe or
that
something.
will be on the Switch too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I could get behind that.
Well, I like the idea of, because I've always thought how I like movement with a joystick, like the left stick. I really like that, but I like aiming with a mouse better. So I like the idea of like holding the left Joy-Con to move around and do certain things, and then using the right Joy-Con to aim and shoot and stuff.
Hmm.
So I like the concept. I like it in my head. In
Yeah.
practice, I don't know how it's gonna be. And then I just think about all these developers that have to make that work. I guess it's just as easy as remapping buttons, but
Yeah.
um,
I
I don't
honestly
know.
I think if you were to play it, you would not like that at all. I'm thinking
Probably
like
not.
you're holding your Joy-Con, right? Because you're not gonna have it attached if you're gonna be using the mouse, right? So you'll have a loose Joy-Con to move around with, and then a mouse. So you're like quadruple motor skilling to play the game. You might as well just play it on the computer.
Well, yeah, we have that option. Not everybody has that option. You know, I feel like
Yeah.
kids or people that only have a Switch are gonna use and figure out a good way to make that work. I don't know. It's an interesting thought.
Yeah.
Um,
It'll be
so I
good.
don't know.
It's weird that it's so similar, but honestly, what else could it be?
Right.
We just
They're
needed the
known
switch.
for being they're known for being pretty experimental, trying
Yeah.
new things. But I mean, the Switch was just such a smash hit, pun intended. That it's why change things up too much. But
Yeah.
with an optical sensor or whatever, um, they're at least they're trying something new. It's not all the same
Yeah, that's
with the
true.
mouse.
I I think we just needed the switch with better hardware. That's sort of just what we needed.
That's the rumors are that it's going to be about as strong or powerful as like a PlayStation 4,
Mm.
which like, in your hands, mobile, handheld, that's kind of good. That's pretty good.
Yeah, PlayStation 4 is good. I think it's solid hardware. Still is pretty good. Still plays all the games really well, honestly.
Yeah. Most games, there's very few that don't work, but
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's
And
coming
then
out
the new
soon.
Mario Kart, dude.
Oh yeah. The new Mario Kart,
Did you
that's going to be cool.
That's a lot of as far as like rumors and what it showed in the trailer, there's like 24 placements on the track.
Mhm.
That's a lot of
I
that's
mean,
a lot of green shells flying around.
I don't know 24 people to play Mario Kart with, but if I did know 24 people, I imagine it would be a blast. I'm just thinking like the chaotic items or whatever on the baby park or
Oh God.
Excite Bike. Oh, I'm thinking
That
that
sounds like a nightmare.
that would be awesome. I'm into that.
I I don't know. I think it should be cool. I'm curious what the like besides having more people, what the gimmick will be because like in the last Mario Kart, there was like you glide, you're gliding and stuff. And that was kind of one of the gimmicks. And then the wheels turn up and you're kind of floating in some sections.
Mm,
Um, I wonder if that's going to stay the same or if they're gonna maybe there's gonna be different types of carts still. I don't know what like scooters. Maybe there's gonna be scooters.
yeah, more scooters.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
it's hard to tell. Like I don't know. Again, it's like one of those things with some of the Nintendo games. It's like how many more of the same game can you make? Like Mario Party the Jamboree that just came out. Like there's some cool things in it that are different and it's a cool game, definitely worth the buy, but it's not that much different. You're not missing out that much from just playing Mario Party. Um and I think Mario Kart's sort of the same. Like if you go back and play any of the old Mario Kart games, they're just as fun as the new one. Like it's just a
Yeah.
different game. So or a different graphics, different, everything feels a little bit different because it's an older game, but at heart, still the same game. Not that much different.
I'm gonna buy the new one. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm gonna buy
Just
it
like I'm gonna
too.
buy the Switch, I'm gonna buy the new Mario Kart. I'm gonna buy the new thing. I don't know. I've been thinking of excuses of why why to go back and use my Switch
Yeah.
again. You know, any game, most games that I want to play that are on the Switch are also elsewhere. Um, there's not a lot of games that I need the Switch for, but I do think that would be I don't know. I want an excuse to use to play like Tears of the Kingdom because I never finished that game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I want an excuse to go back and use my Switch again. Um, I'm gonna buy the Switch too. I just hope that I guess there is backwards compatibility that's been confirmed.
I'm getting like a little bit of connection issue here. I'm gonna leave the Discord
Like
call
from
real quick.
Discord.
Yeah. And come back.
Yes. Are we back? Are we good?
We're back. Okay.
We're good.
That's better. Uh yeah, for me, I like the Switch because I don't have any other handheld thing. Like I don't really play games on my phone that much, and I like the Switch. I would like to play it in handheld mode more, but I have this like weird mentality since I started streaming. Like as I'll have a game that I want to play on stream. I don't
Mm,
want to play that game if I'm not streaming that game and I'm not
yeah.
able to record that game. And so it's hard because I'm like, oh, I could just like take this and play it and beat it. Like I could have probably like beat a couple games while we were in the hospital, but I just like didn't take it because I was like, well, I can't record anything, I can't do anything with it. And so it's like this mentality that I just need to get over and just play the
You're,
games.
you're caught in a mental pickle
Yeah, yeah,
between streaming and not streaming. Yeah,
yeah,
I've definitely had that issue. Um, but I don't let it hold me back because I don't know. No matter what you play a game, you can still talk about it,
yeah,
and then you can always play a game again. Or if it's like I've had situations where I play like the beginning of a game and I'm like, I gotta stop because I want to play this on stream. I want to show
yeah,
people and I want to play. This would be too fun to stream, so I better just stop playing it solo now. Um, but I don't blame you. That's tough. It's
yeah,
hard to make that decision, but I say don't let it hold you back. You should just play what you want to play when you want to play it. But that's just me.
yeah. There are some games that I probably wouldn't stream that I'm just gonna go back and just play and off stream probably and do a little handheld mode. Get prepared for April when the Switch 2 comes out and
hmm
which is
I
soon.
just I like that it's got a bigger screen. I hope it's an OLED screen right out the box. That like the first
That would
edition of the Switch 2,
that would be interesting if it did not
right?
have that.
and it's just gonna be like so in your face because it's large. I
Yeah.
feel like it's gonna be a larger screen than what's on the Steam Deck. You know what I mean? Or
Mm,
obviously what's on, even on the OLED Switch. And the upgrade from OG Switch to OLED Switch is already like eye popping and beautiful because the OLED is just so pretty.
yeah.
So I'm really looking forward to seeing what the Switch 2 has in store. But I guess we'll just have to wait. April, that's not even that long though. Like you said, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's like it's almost February. So
Wow.
it's like we're right there.
Wow. Well,
Got to save up for it.
we'll have to look forward to it.
Put that money in the bank.
So
Put
you
the
haven't played many games though since you had the baby. You just been grinding, changing diapers and popping bottles,
Yep,
baby
yep.
bottles.
We had a real human baby. It looks like this. Her name is Sora, Sora Marie, and
That's a baby right there.
that's a baby. She's cute.
Hmm.
She's a cute baby. Pretty good baby. Doesn't I mean sleeps a lot. Honestly, uh what? We're a little over a week in, and I can already tell so far the baby has been easier than my dogs ever were.
Hmm.
100%. Like without a doubt.
Just lots of sleeping, not a lot of crying.
Not a lot of crying at all. Just
That's
when she needs
nice.
change, just when she needs to eat. That's pretty much it. She eats, we set her down in her bassinet, she sleeps till she wakes up again to eat again. And so I imagine that it could get like the further it goes, the more in depth it goes.
No
But right
doubt.
now, it's easy, easy peasy. The hardest thing has
Nice.
been like just trying to do things that you don't really know how to do in practice. Like see other people, like burping a baby is
Mm.
difficult. I don't know the proper, like I know the proper technique in theory, but in practice, your baby scrunches up, like
Yeah, it
scrunches
gets
their
all
legs up,
tense and
yeah, and
doesn't want to burp.
doesn't want to burp, doesn't stretch out
Ah,
their legs, and so that's been the hardest thing. But other than that, it's been like you ask a question to the doctor, they answer the question through a little chat, and it's pretty easy. We were in the hospital for a long time. So we went in on a Monday, the 6th, and we didn't get released until the 11th. And so we were in there for almost a whole week. That
wow.
that sucked. That was
I
awful.
bet. Yeah, I mean, because even once you have the baby and they're doing tests or they're, just checking vitals and making sure everything's okay,
Yeah.
you don't want to just like go home.
Yeah, and we couldn't. Like we weren't allowed to go home like until we were all released. And
Well, I'm sure the wife also needed to, recover and stuff.
yeah, they released her on Thursday. Like
Oh,
discharged her on Thursday. And typically, I guess like it's only a 2-day situation. Like you
oh,
have
okay.
if everything's like normal, you have the baby, the next day you leave. Like
Right.
it's a pretty fast process. And I think what we did is pretty abnormal. Like 2 to 3 days is typical. Like 6 days is a little much. But she was even though that we were scheduled for the 16th, technically she was a month early. So,
Whoa.
but she came out good. She's already like up to 7 pounds. So, pretty solid. I mean, just baby things. I did
Nice.
watch half a season of Demon Slayer. So, I did do
I
that.
saw this on your list and I was beside myself.
So, I was laying there, and while she's sleeping, she's not really moving. You're also not moving because you're just sort of laying there. And I was like, well, I'll just like turn this on. And Chelsea was sleeping. I was like, okay. And so I just watched half a season of it.
And verdict?
It's good. It's really good. I've watched the first 2 episodes before, like several
Right.
times. But it's cool. I like the animations. The fight scenes are kind of sick. I yeah, I I like everything about that show. It's good.
You gonna watch more, or you think that's
Yeah, yeah. I think I'll finish it out. Finish out this
wow?
show. So
Whoa,
yeah.
that's crazy. So just and if you guys don't know, Tooth doesn't watch TV shows.
No,
Tooth
I
doesn't
don't.
sit there and watch TV.
I
I'd
don't.
say, "Oh, dude, the show is so good. Have you seen it?" And he's like, "No." Every
That's
single time. No, I didn't
that's good.
watch that.
That's because I come home from work typically, and I just sort of like either am doing something like busy or streaming and like playing some game. And so like the time to watch television is just sort of like not in the schedule. Like it's not
Bro,
there.
you have like 6 monitors.
I know.
You can literally pull something up on the side while you're doing anything else, maybe besides streaming, I guess.
Yeah. But typically I like will watch YouTube videos or
Uh,
other streams and I don't really watch any shows. I have watched like a movie on my computer, but that's it. Just one movie.
well, I'm proud of you.
Thanks.
Look, you're growing.
I know. It's crazy. I'm a different person now.
Well, you got to finish Demon Slayer.
I'll
Do you have
finish it.
anything else on your short list that you want to watch?
There's I mean, there's a lot of stuff like we didn't finish like the latest season of Stranger Things and
Mm,
like I've never seen Squid Game. That'd be probably a cool one to watch since another one is out.
I haven't
Um
seen Squid Game at all either, even first season.
yeah, no, not the first season.
I'm with
So
you.
there's I mean, and there's a lot of other like animes that would be cool to watch like pretty much any of the popular ones like would
I
be
got Rex for you.
sick. Yeah.
I got Rex.
I feel like everybody has like
Yeah.
recommendations, but they're never the same. Like everybody's like has like fairly unique taste in what they suggest, and so
There's a lot of anime out there, man.
I'm into it. Send them over. Send over the recommendations. I'll watch them.
I'll send you a hot top 5.
Yeah,
Hot top 5.
something that has like anywhere from 30-minute episodes. Any longer than that is like I don't know. It doesn't seem worth it.
Personally, I like there's a lot of anime that have like one season and it's
Yeah.
just like a quick one and done, you know, beginning and end of a story. And there's a lot of those and I like those. You always end up wishing there was more
Mm,
when you finish it, but
yeah.
it's nice that it's quick and you can feel accomplished getting through all of them. Um but yeah, there's a lot of good stuff. I'll have to send you a few recommendations. If you guys have recommendations out there, leave them in the comments below. I know everybody's got opinions on anime, so let Tooth know what he should watch.
And I have no problem watching it and telling you that I think it sucks or I think it's good. So if you don't want to hear me say that, then don't send me the one that you think is awesome and nobody would ever hate it because I might hate it. Just
Hey,
saying.
there you go. Enough said. Nice.
But yeah, not a lot of games, but I did have a real human baby, so that seems like enough for 2 weeks.
Plenty.
Plenty for
Plenty.
2 weeks. How about you? Did you
Nice.
have a real human baby?
Nope.
You
I
didn't get
had
one?
lots of food babies.
Oh
No
yeah?
human babies. But I have been playing games.
Oh yeah? Marvel
So
Rivals?
one definitely Marvel Rivals. I don't know. Okay, real quick, Marvel Rivals. There's a significant change from season 0 to season 1. It's been a lot harder cuz everybody that was like a
Mm,
high rank, the ranks reset. So
yeah.
everybody's brought down several ranks and so they're all trying to get back to where they were.
Yeah.
And so I'm playing against people that were way above my level or, obviously lower than my level. It's different. It's just different than when everybody was learning the game.
Yeah.
Now everybody pretty much knows where they stand with the game and how to play. And so it's a lot more competitive, a lot
Mm,
more competitive.
yeah.
And so it's been tougher, but I got a squad that I kind of roll with and we have a good time. But the thing is, everybody plays on their own as well. And so everybody's ranking up faster than me because I don't grind ranked.
Yeah.
I play a lot of other games. And so eventually they're all going to reach a rank where I'm not going to be able to play with them. Then I'll be
Yeah,
left
it'll be
eating their dust,
they'll have to make burner accounts and boost you.
or just maybe lose a couple and come back to me.
Come back, just lose
Come
5 in a
back to me.
row. Just lose 5 in a row.
Yeah,
It's not that big of a deal.
you'll get it back,
Yeah,
but
I feel like it's one of those things where like it's like Overwatch was, right? Like when a new season of Overwatch starts, you have to skip the first week and the last 2 weeks because those are like the most toxic situation that you could ever be in. And there's that
true.
sweet spot in the middle where it's like all the high ranks have evaporated to a level that you'll never be at, and all the people that were trolling are now gone too. And so then you hit that nice sweet spot and the game is fun and you're in a lobby where you can survive.
Wait, that happens for you with Overwatch?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. I
What's
think
that like?
I think it's awesome. I think if you play it strategically and you skip the first week of a new season's awful. And it's always the last 2 weeks where people are like, I don't really know what the point of it is, but it's like everybody that like wants to ruin your day plays right then in the last 2
Yeah.
weeks of the season. And so I just decided that I won't do that. And I'll only play quick play and grind through the battle pass and that's it. Um yeah,
That's definitely a viable way to play.
yeah, yeah, I think so. I'd like to play
Don't
more Marvel Rivals though. It's
you
it's
should. You would
good.
like it.
I've watched a lot of it. I've played a little bit of it, not too much, but and I'm not quite to the ranked level yet. So
But next time it's like late night and we're about to grind a session of Overwatch, we should just do Marvel Rivals instead.
yeah,
And just play quick matches and have a good time.
yeah, we can do that.
Nice. Um, I've also, so this is what I was gonna say before, is how you should download, because it's like legal and okay and on the App Store now. You should download an emulator on your phone and then, acquire games to play on that emulator.
Hmm.
The less strictly legal part of it, but I mean, come on,
Yeah,
call the cops, call the cops. You know what I
I.
mean? What? Who cares?
It seems so. I don't know. It seems hard to play any game on my phone because one, like the battery dies. I don't like that, and then it's also I don't like being tethered to my charger either. And so I don't know. I've
There's
never
no
really played.
buttons.
There's
There's no
also
buttons.
yeah, there's no buttons. I don't know. There
That
was
frustrates me. That's the number one thing for me is that like you get haptic feedback when you
yeah,
press like the buttons, but man, it sucks not having buttons. But it's a small price to pay for convenience, in my opinion.
just close your eyes and imagine it. Imagine the
Like
buttons there.
so I've been playing Pokemon Soul Silver lately.
Okay.
It's a DS game
Mm-hmm.
and it works fantastic on the phone
That's
because
weird.
the bottom screen of the DS is a touch screen
Yeah.
and all those buttons work just like any other button on your phone. You just tap it. And so it works really well. And there's also save states and stuff like that. And the only issue is you can't really play super twitchy games
Hmm.
because there's no buttons. You don't
Yeah.
get any you can't feel where your fingers are without looking, you
Yeah.
know. It's probably an acquired skill, but
Where
I just play a lot of Pokemon.
how is the DS screen split for the phone?
I can show you. But it's split just top bottom.
Okay. I was saying like one of those like weird phones that flip would be kind of sick for it. Oh, okay. Yeah,
That
that makes
works.
sense. Yeah, that works. That makes sense.
Yeah, and I have it fast forwarded too, so you can move around really fast and
Yeah.
stuff. And um, yeah, I just got done doing. It's like a little mini game. It's called Voltorb Flip, I think, but it's basically Minesweeper, but with little Voltorbs instead of mines.
Oh, yeah.
And I just do like a save state, and then I fail to get the answers, and then I just fill in all the not Voltorb spots, and I'm on to the next level, and I just cheese the hell out of it. Cheated basically. I cheated.
Yeah, yeah.
But I got a Dratini, so I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Got
I
enough
mean,
points to buy a Dratini.
I don't know how you sleep at night, but that's okay. You have a
I sleep
dratini.
great, dude.
You have a
I'm
dratini,
telling
I
you,
guess.
small price to pay for the convenience of being able to do fun stuff like that. Because it's either that or just beat my head against the wall until I do well enough to get a dratini. But I just did it in like 20 minutes.
Yeah,
But
I mean, the save state is something that I will never be mad at anybody for after playing like the old Zelda games on the Switch,
mm,
because some of them you die and you're like really far
you're
away.
sent back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially in some of the in Ocarina of Time, like you have like some of those dungeons and stuff that you're in, like in the bosses. Dude, the hell with that. I'm not doing any of that. The save state is where it is. We're in 2025. I'm saving my game wherever I want to save it.
Get real.
Let's go.
So, but the emulator I use, it's on the App Store. It's called Delta.
Delta.
Maybe just get it.
I'll try
Pop
it.
it on.
Yeah.
Look for some ROMs online. I can even send you some, to be honest.
Yeah.
Share what I got with you.
I don't I guess you just save the ROM on your phone.
Yeah, in the files on your phone.
Okay.
And then you go from the app, open up that file, and open it up in the emulator. We can talk about it. But I'm
Okay.
just saying, like, baby in one arm, phone over here, and you're playing old games,
Yeah.
Pokemon, stuff you've never played before because you never had a DS, or I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I never did have a DS, so
It's fun, man. It's cool. So yeah, Pokemon Soul Silver. It's been fun.
nice.
I've been just whittling away at it slowly over
What's your
the past
party?
couple weeks. My party, I have a Dratini. I just talked about that.
Yeah.
I've also got Flaffy,
Okay.
which is like an early electric sheep type.
Mm-hmm.
Pidgey. I got I traded a Bellsprout for an Onyx,
Oh,
but he's not
what?
gonna last.
A Bellsprout for an Onyx?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a wicked trade.
I mean, it's good for me.
Yeah.
And Onyx is like okay, but
Yeah.
he's not gonna last. He's not gonna stay around. And I've got a Quilava,
Okay.
and I've got a Zubat, which is weird for me. I don't
Yeah.
normally have Zubat in my party,
Yeah. That's
but
not a staple of the party.
with Soul Silver, you can get like a Golbat and then a Crobat, and
Mm.
Crobat's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
So figured I've never really had a Zubat in my party. Might as well.
It's
Let's give it
time.
a shot.
It's
See how
time.
long it lasts. I'll probably end up finding something else to swap it out for, but for now, it's nice.
I was talking to my nephew because they play Pokemon. I don't know what they play on, but they were talking about it the other day at a birthday party, and I was like, my party, I go full Weedles, Weedle only.
Oh, they laugh you out the room for that one.
They just like stared at me, like how like I had like four heads. They were like, "What? Why would you?" I'm like, "You don't understand. Try it. Just try it. Try a full party of Weedles."
You're a troll, bro. You're trolling. I did get a Weedle and I had a Beedrill in my party for a bit, but then
Nice.
I swapped out Beedrill for the Dratini.
Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
yeah. Anyway, I've also been playing A Way Out,
Okay.
which playing co-op with my boy Fatal Tone on Fridays.
Mm.
That game rocks. It's just Hazelight Studios just really knows how to make co-op games. They're best in the industry, in my opinion. Really good, and it makes me look more forward to their new game. I forget what it's called. We talked about it in a couple episodes ago, but
Yeah,
um,
from the Game Awards.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
what
I'm
is that
looking
game's
forward
name?
to it. I don't remember, but
Yeah,
whatever.
I think I think those games are just like you're right. Like they are the leader in a co-op game, and I feel like there's nobody that's even touching them right now.
Nobody dedicates the time to it.
Yeah.
But it's definitely I don't know, like there's other co-op games for sure. It's mostly like
Yeah.
online co-op where you're not cuz but they show both screens
Yeah.
on each person's screen. Which I think is a nice touch and it really kind of you're able to see what the other person is doing all the time. It's almost like you're in the room together
Yeah. Yeah.
like with two separate TVs. Like you can watch what each other is doing. or you're in the room together, split screen.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it feels more split screen than any other experience has been since you're not actually playing couch co-op,
Mhm.
and I like that. I think that's awesome.
Me too.
Split
So
fiction.
yeah,
That's the game.
split fiction. Yeah,
Yeah,
looking forward to that.
yeah, that'll be
But
good.
yeah, a way out's been fun. It starts a little slow,
Mm.
but it ramps up and it gets more exciting. And I think we're right at the tail end of the game now. So after a couple sessions, it's not the longest game in the world. So
I've never played that
uh,
one. Did you and Zubat play that one?
we
Yeah.
did a
Okay.
while back.
Yeah.
So I've played it before, but it was long enough ago to where I don't remember most things that happened. Just the
Yeah.
things that really frustrated me. Like there's this part with the boat where you're like one person has an like you each have an oar and one person's in front, one's behind, and you have to navigate down this, pretty rushing river.
Yeah.
And it's oh god, because you hit a rock and you do damage to your boat and then you sink and you have to restart
Yeah.
until you hit a checkpoint, but it's frustrating, but it's fun. It's still like you get through it. We got through it,
Yeah, yeah. But
so
it's always those. I think the boat games are the most frustrating ones. Honestly, there's one in Mario, like one of the Mario parties on the Wii
oh
that were like that. I can't remember which mini game it was, but God, I hate the boat. Anything to do with a boat.
yeah, I just don't like the idea of you break your little boat and you're stranded in the water. Like, good thing it's a video game and it's not real, but
Yeah.
yeah. I've also what last Friday, so not yesterday, but last week, me and Fatal Tone, we I founded a game on Steam called Drunken FC,
Okay.
and it's kind of um like Animal Party. What is it? What's that game called?
Party
With the
animals.
party animals, yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's kind of like janky movement.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but you take a step with the right, like pushing forward the right stick, and then pushing forward the left stick, and you have to kind of like hobble around. You're in a tiny little field, and it's like 1v1 soccer. I think it's up to 4v4 or something maybe, but it's really like janky soccer. And
Hmm.
you in one hand you have a beer and it's just like spilling out all over the place, and you're just like hobbling around trying to kick the ball
That's
and
funny.
and shoot the ball into the other person's goal. And we died laughing playing that game. Drunken FC. It I don't remember how much it was. It was like maybe $7 or something like that.
Okay.
And not a lot of people. I don't know. It didn't seem like it had a lot of reviews, but it came out recently, and we had a blast playing it for. I don't know. We probably played it for maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have legs to stick, and you don't play it all night. But fun little party game.
I feel like 30 or 40 minutes for a $7 game is like if it's like funny and you can play it with somebody, that's worth every penny.
We were dying laughing. It was so funny. And it's always there now. I own it, so it's always there to go back to and play again. So
Yeah.
I've been playing through all the Fears to Fathom games.
Okay. Yeah.
So that was one of our player pass games, the
Mhm.
newest Fears to Fathom, episode 5. And so I played through 0, 1, and 2. I think it's like 0 or just like 1. No, because I've played 0, 1, and 2. Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I'm on episode 3 now. And so it's been, man, those games are awesome.
They seem really good. I have them and I haven't played them yet, but they're
Yeah.
I mean, the one that we played was good.
Yeah. And the other ones are really good also in a slightly different way,
Mm.
and they're shorter. The most recent one was like what 3.5 hours long or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
These ones are like an hour and a half. The first one is like 20 minutes,
Yeah, that's what I heard is the first one's like super short.
but it's a good proof of
It's also
concept.
free though too, right?
Yes, the very
Yeah.
first one,
The
yeah.
first one, yeah.
But man, everything leads up to one jump scare, and it got me good. It
The
got me. I haven't made a short or anything. Nobody clipped it, so I don't have any evidence or proof yet. But I'm looking into making a little piece of content out of it because
Yeah.
it got me good.
The
I don't know why I didn't expect it. I should have expected it.
the jump scares honestly are insane. Like in those games, like I feel like it's not that it's not that they're that scary, but the strategic timing of them is
Mm-hmm.
so good because it's like, oh, I'm gonna have a jump scare soon. And the second that you start thinking of that, you have it right that second and not like in 2 or 3 minutes when you're anticipating.
Like this one for the very first Fears to Fathom, you're hiding under the bed because somebody might have just broken into your house. And then the doorbell rings and your mom texts you and she's like, "It's the neighbor. You can go check it." You go to the front door and I'm like, "Okay." So get out from under the bed. I open my bedroom door. I'm upstairs. And so I'm walking across to really slowly, of course, because you move slowly in those games. You're walking toward the stairs, and then you hear like wood creaking. And so I turn around, I look, there's nobody there. I think it might have been my steps or something. I don't know, but why did the wood creak? And then I turn back, and then there's a door next to the stairs. It's your parents' room. That door opens, the light's on, and he comes like quickly scurrying out to get you. And
Yeah.
it got me, man. But the sound design and everything really aided,
Yeah.
like just confusing me right before it happened. It was
Yeah.
perfect.
It's
They got
it's
me.
it's the freaking like jank movement in the games that make it just like so much scarier. Like the jump
Yeah,
scare so much better.
yeah. And the other episodes I've played are really good too. And I'm looking forward to, I think, Monday playing through episode 3, Carson
Nice.
House, Fears to
Nice.
Fathom. Great games. Love them so far. Um, last one. Last night, I booted up the first Diablo because it's on Game Pass now.
Hmm.
The first Diablo.
Yeah.
The music's great. It looks, like how you'd expect an older game like that to look.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah. I feel
It's
like
definitely like you're mowing down a lot of mobs and getting a bunch of loot, but your inventory is really small. And I found the first boss, the butcher, and he comes out and just like really quickly keeps hitting me, and I can't
yeah.
even run away. I used all
Yep.
my potions. I try to turn around and hit him. I can't hit him because he's just on me, chopping, 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 and I died.
Yep.
And I had to restart everything I did. Lame.
Honestly, I feel like Diablo was not enjoyable, the first one, and then Diablo 2 came out and that game rocked. That game was
Yeah, I've never
awesome.
played Diablo 2 myself, but
Oh,
I only hear good things.
it's so good. Either
Yeah.
the reboot that they did was so awesome. Like I feel like I played it for like I didn't play it for that long, but I played it for like 5 days. Like like only playing that game
Yeah.
and leveling up like 3 or 4 characters like all the way. Like getting all the way through like 3 or 4 characters with a party of specifically like going through the game like that to get like just big loot, and that's really fun. And then it just sort of like dies as fast as because I can't skip school
Yeah.
the next day to play the game like I used to be able to. So
Yeah, and I don't know. I could see myself trying the first Diablo again and figuring out some way to kill the butcher and moving on, but I doubt I'll play it more. But I would like to see Diablo 2, that reboot,
yeah,
come to Game Pass also. I don't think I'd buy it, but if it was there, I would definitely download and try it.
yeah. I
So,
if it comes up, just skip straight to that one. Don't play Diablo. Just go straight into the second one.
yeah. But I was a rogue, for anybody wondering. I was a rogue.
Nice.
And I like shooting the arrows. That was cool.
Yeah.
Didn't help me with the butcher though. He butchered me. Ugh.
Some of the bosses are just like insufferable. Like
Yeah.
it's just I feel like I don't know, like even the other Diablo games, I feel like there's at least one boss, and I've not played the other ones, but I've watched all of them. There's always like one that's like, why? Why did you like? Why is this one so different? Why did you put this in here? Why
Yeah.
can't I kill it? And I mean, it's probably a skill issue,
I
but
don't know what came over me. I think I just wanted to see what the older ones like, because I've
Mm,
never really liked Diablo. I don't like loot, dungeon crawling, loot, tons of loot kinds of games like that.
yeah.
Um, it's just too much organizing, less gameplay. I just want to play the game. I don't want to move things around or be disappointed that I can't pick up the new thing because I have too much old crap and deciding what to drop and what to pick up. And it's like I
Yeah.
just want to play the game,
It's mostly
but that's the
backpack
game.
simulator. That's the way it is. There's the one that was like the game where you're shooting Muppets with a little uh that game that you played. Um
My friendly neighborhood or something like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I felt like I saw that game and I was like, "Oh, I hate that you have to like organize a bag to take with." I
It's
feel
like
like
I think it was like in a Resident Evil 4 kind of way, right?
yeah, yeah. I see those kind of things and I'm like immediately turned off by it, but I can't but it's so weird that I played Diablo 2 so much
Right.
and that was fine. I don't understand like what it is about the inventory uh thing that bugs me. I do it with
I,
Minecraft.
I would love to get over it. I
Yeah.
would love to not mind what like everyone else seems to not mind, but
Yeah.
I just ugh, ugh,
That's
don't
fair.
like it.
That's fair.
Maybe it'll change one day. Maybe my tastes will change, but yeah.
Yeah.
But
Not every game's for everyone.
nope. And but yeah, that's it. That's all I've been playing.
That's a lot. That's still a lot of games. I knew
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't going to beat you this week, but
Yeah, but you did beat me in some way
yeah.
because
Yeah.
you got the thing that you did do was a lot more significant than playing a bunch of games.
Yeah, I did
So,
like an IRL level up. I
yeah,
prestiged.
you evolved.
Yeah, I evolved. Yeah.
Mhm. And you even watched Demon Slayer. You watched a
I
show.
watched a show.
Wow.
Yeah, that's bigger than if you would have doubled your list in games, honestly, that's bigger
Yeah,
than any of that. So,
that's a big deal for you.
it
So,
is.
good for you.
Thanks, man.
That's it for this episode proper of Mustache Ride.
Oh,
Thanks for watching.
look to the name change that's coming up because we have some things in the works right now. We're waiting on a Fiverr artist shout out next day graphics guy that isn't quite next day, but I'm not that mad at you. And so that'll be soon.
Yeah, look forward to it. It's going to be a good name. We have two names that have rose to the top, and we're just deciding between those two.
Yes.
But we're trying to see what it looks like first.
Yeah.
So we're in the final
Countdown.
voting countdown.
Final countdown.
That's right. So yeah. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. Check out the
Yes.
Patreon.
Mhm.
Join the Discord. Get involved. Let
Yeah.
us know how to make the show better.
Tell us what
Besides
games to
telling us
play.
tell Tooth what shows to watch.
Yeah, yeah. That would be good.